Hi, today we are going to study dynamic programming. First, we will see an idea of dynamic programming, followed by characteristics and methods of dynamic programming. We will also see what is principle of optimality and steps as well as applications of dynamic programming method. Let us see what is from where the idea of dynamic programming emerged. Say for example, I have given you a bag which is containing some coins and ask you to find out how many coins are there in a bag. Being a normal person, you will keep on calculating coins one by one. So in a bag, let us say there are total 21 coins. If I give you another bag which is containing more coins and ask you how many coins are there in that bag, being a normal person, again we will calculate by taking out one coin at a time. And let us say that bag contains total 37 coins. Now if I ask you how many coins are there in total of these two bags? If you have already an answer of total number of coins in a one bag and total number of coins in another bag, the fastest answer that you can give is to add the coins of first bag with coins of second bag. Instead of calculating the coins one by one from each bag, you will give a faster answer this way. So we have already answer of subproblem, that is the total number of coins in one bag. We have an answer of another subproblem, that is total number of coins in a second bag. And we want to generate third answer, that is the total number of coins in two bags. We will add those answers, or we will use those two answers which are previously calculated to produce the new answer. So the total number of coins in a bag is 21 plus 37, that is equal to 58. Now let us consider if I give you third bag of coin and ask you to calculate how many coins are there in total of three bags. So for that we are not going to start calculating coins right from first bag. We have total of the first bag. We also have total of second bag. We will only calculate coins of third bag. Now if we have an answer of third bag, we will add previously calculated answers. Now instead of performing 21 plus 37, we have already used an answer of 58. And third bag is we are having now, let us say 10 coins. So we will do 58 plus 10 instead of 21, 37 and 10. So the total coins of three bags will be 58 plus 10, that is equal to 68 coins. So similar way dynamic programming works. Dynamic programming is basically an algorithmic solving strategy for an optimization problems. It breaks down the problem into smaller and simpler subproblems. It also utilizes the fact that optimal solution of an overall problem depends on optimal solution of its subproblem. If subproblem is not solved optimally, we cannot solve an overall problem optimally. Say for example, this is a given optimization problem. Now here we have to move our mouse from cell number 1, 1 to 5, 5. But what is needed? What is the need of optimization? There are multiple cells which mouse can cross and reach from 1 cell to 5, 5 cell. But here the mouse has to eat pieces of cheese as maximum as possible and must take lesser number of steps as possible. So here our goal is to maximize the number of cheese which can be eaten by mouse, and we have to reduce the number of cells that mouse is using to cross from 1 to 5, 5. So this is an example of optimization problem, where we try to maximize some criteria, or in some problems we try to minimize some criteria as per the demand of the problem. Let us understand what are the characteristics of dynamic programming. So, dynamic programming can be applied to the problem when there are overlapping subproblems. Now, what do we mean by overlapping subproblem? Finding a solution of a subproblem involves same subproblems multiple times. That means whatever the subproblems that we obtain is not only used once in a complete solution. There will be multiple repetition of the same subproblem where we can substitute once calculated answer everywhere. So that is called as overlapping subproblems. Second property is that optimal substructure. Now, optimal substructure property of a dynamic programming states that overall optimal solution can be constructed from optimal solution of subproblem. So if we have an optimal solution of a subproblem, then it is possible to construct an optimal solution of a actual problem. This is called as optimal substructure property. Now, what are the different methods to perform dynamic programming? There are two methods of performing dynamic programming. One is top-down method with memorization, and second one is bottom-up method with tabularization. In a top-down with memorization, say for example, we have to calculate Fibonacci. Now, if we perform, we have already seen Fibonacci using divide and conquer. But if we apply dynamic programming to the Fibonacci problem, how our problem would progress? Say Fibonacci of 5 is needed to get calculated. To calculate Fibonacci of 5, we must have Fibonacci of 4 and Fibonacci of 3. To calculate Fibonacci of 4, we must have Fibonacci of 3 and Fibonacci of 2. To calculate Fibonacci of 3, we must have Fibonacci of 2 and Fibonacci of 1. And to calculate Fibonacci of 2, we must have Fibonacci of 1 and Fibonacci of 0. Now, Fibonacci of 1 and 0 can be obtained directly in a one step. So, we will calculate those steps and perform it only once. Now, we will calculate wherever those steps are coming, wherever the Fibonacci of 1 and 0 are coming, we will not calculate them, but we will substitute the calculated result. Likewise, we will calculate Fibonacci of 2 only once, and we will remember where the Fibonacci of 2 were actually used. From a tree, you can see that if I calculate Fibonacci of 2 at one place, there are more 2 places where I have to use the same value. So I am not going to calculate. I will memorize where they were used because we have worked from top to bottom. So at the bottom, if I calculate it once, we must know where it must get substituted in others two steps. So this is the substitution of already calculated value whenever it appears. Likewise, with Fibonacci of 2 and Fibonacci of 1, if we calculate Fibonacci of 3 only once, it will get substituted other time or other place whenever it is being used. So this method is called as top-down with memorization. The algorithm for the top-down method is this, where we initialize Fibonacci of 0 as 0, Fibonacci of 1 as 1. From I is equal to 2 to n, Fibonacci of I is Fibonacci of I minus 1 plus Fibonacci of I minus 2. So we are calculating and storing those values, and at the end we are removing or we are returning f of n, that is Fibonacci of n value. Second method is the bottom up with tabularization. So from bottom to up, we will create a table and we keep on feeding some values. From that table, we will work out and find out the result. We will see some examples of bottom up with tabularization, such as making change problem. We have knapsack using dynamic programming problem, Those are bottom up with tabularization methods. Now let us understand what is principle of optimality. Principle of optimality is a rule which determines the decision which is made at each stage. It is a policy which is called optimal policy for globally optimal solution. What is basically principle of optimality? If sub-solutions of an optimal solution of a problem are themselves an optimal solution of their sub-problem. Now, what are the steps of dynamic programming? First step is to develop a mathematical notation. You need a mathematical expression which makes our solution of a sub-problem of a given problem in a hand. Now, second step is to prove that principle of optimality holds for a given problem. So, unless and until we do not have a mathematical expression to solve us a problem and the principle of optimality which states that sub-problem contains original solution contains solution of sub-problem, we don't have these two in hand, we cannot progress for third step. Now, third step is to develop a recurrence relation which releases the solution of a sub-problem. So, using mathematical notation of step 1 which indicates initial values for that recurrence relation which signifies the final term. Now here step 3 is the heart of design process because in high level programming algorithmic design strategies one cannot stop at algorithm step number 3 without the principle of optimality. So the last step is of an algorithm to compute the recurrence. The last step is to compute the recurrence relation. So when principle of optimality holds, there are 4 steps of dynamic programming. To write a mathematical notation, to perform principle of optimality holds, develop a third recurring operation and write an algorithm which uses that recurrence relation. Now, what are the applications of dynamic programming? So, dynamic programming is applied to those problems which exhibits optimization. That means some problems who wants to maximize something or a problems which want to minimize something, those kind of optimization problems are following dynamic programming. Now, these problems may have multiple possible solutions, but solution which is the best is called an optimal solution. So, here we wish to find the optimal value of a solution. Now, number of problems where we can apply dynamic programming, we will see each of these problems in a separate video lecture. Those are binomial coefficient, matrix chain multiplication, assembly line scheduling, knapsack using dynamic programming, shortest path, then making change problem and longest common subsequence problem. Thank you everyone for watching this video. This is Munira Topia signing out.